feels so good to be filming again. Hey, what's up guys, it's me, Blue. I am rocking my Ravenclaw blues today because I am going to be telling you all about my owls. I'm super excited because this is my third year doing the owls, and I once again have my career guidebook. And I'm super excited because last year I did the Alchemist, which was the hardest one in the whole book, and this year I decided I'm going to take it a little bit easier, and I'm going to continue on with my plan, which is to work alphabetically. So my first year was the Alchemist, and so I'm moving on to the Astronomer this year. So I'm stoked for that. The only problem is the owls, there's only 3 books, and so I decided, like, if you flip to the end of the book, you have all these fun little extras that Gemma has set up for us, and she is amazing. Like the Animagus training and the locomotive training and the dragon tamer and so on and so forth. So I'm going to do a couple of those. But even if I do the ones I want to do, which are the Merlanguage, or Merlinguistics, because I love learning languages, and the dragon tamer, and the Animagus, which who wouldn't want to transform into an animal? Anyway, but if I were to do all of those, I would still only be doing 9 books. So I'm going to do what I plan to do, which is read all 12 books and probably get in an extra arithmancy so that all my bases are covered. So that's my plan. So I'm going to walk you through what I'm doing. So now I have to find all my notes. I have a lot of notes. Not as many as Gemma, but a lot of notes. Anyway, so starting off with Ancient Runes. Ancient Runes, the prompt for that one is a hard rune, and we need to have a heart on the cover, and I chose to do Girls Poker Night. It's very odd for me to be talking about a to be read list or a to be read post, pile, whatever, when I've actually read some of my owls already. So this is one I've actually read. It's an interesting book. It's certainly unique in the way it's written, and it's kind of cute. Like the way they have it as acidly funny, Bridget Jones meets Sex in the City, and it's really not. Like, it's just a quirky girl writing articles. Like, it's nice. It was an interesting read and it was a lot of fun, but I wouldn't go so far as to say that it's Bridget Jones. Anyway, that being said, the next in her book is Arithmancy, and the prompt she has for that is magical qualities of the number 2, balance opposites. Read something outside your favorite genre. Now the book I chose for that is The Call by Peter I know it's Celtic. I'm so sorry. Guyen? Someone correct me. Someone tell me how it's Peter. But this apparently is a horror, and I don't do horror. But this has been on my TBR for a while. Somebody recommended it to me probably in January, I think, and I managed to get it from my library before everything closed. And I've kind of been excited to read it, even though I don't like horror, and even though that's what this is put as. I'm kind of excited. Like, it's really not in my wheelhouse. This is just something that is outside of my comfort zone completely. So I'm excited about that. Okay, astronomy. Night classes, read a majority of this book when it's dark outside. Where did I put it? We'll be right back. This has been a hard prompt for me because I keep falling asleep as I read. But the concept of this is that we are supposed to read a majority of the book when it's dark outside. And I chose to read Death by Coffee. I love a good cozy mystery, and I figure it's one that I can read, and it's not going to give me nightmares if I try to read it in the dark. So it's really a cozy mystery that I kind of like. So it's really cute so far. Excited to finish it. So number 4, Hippogriffs. is read a book with a creature with a beak on the cover. And I finished, Raven Boys is my pick for that one. And I have finished it already. I did the audiobook from Libby, which I really, really enjoyed. A lot more than I thought I would. Because I've had a lot of people come across my Facebook or my Twitter. And it's just really not been the kind of thing that I read. But it was good. Charms is my next read, and that one is Lumos Maxima. I'm never going to get my owls if I can't even say a simple charm. So that one is, of course, the brightest light ever, and that one I need to read a book with a white cover. And for that, I chose Love and Other Carnivorous Plants. And I know very little about this book, except that it has a white cover. And I have a sneaking suspicion it's very similar in some of the other books that I've read, that it's got a little bit of romance and a little bit of adult humor, but I'm looking forward to it, so we'll have to see what happens. It's been at my library for a while, and it kind of keeps coming across as a book that might interest me, so there we are. Love and Other Carnivorous Plants. For number 5, Defense Against the Dark Arts, a book set at the sea or coast. This one has been on my feed, on my to-be-read list forever. I wanted this to be my first book that I read in January, and I haven't been able to read it. It's been forever, and that is Escaping from Houdini. And I read the first ones in the series, and I just adore them, and I'm super excited because Houdini is an amazing man, was an amazing man, and I'm super excited to see where this book takes me. So let's see what happens with that one. The Divination. Assign numbers to your TBR list and assign a random number generator to pick your read. Let's go. So what you see right here is my library bag and my to-be-read pile from the library. So I'm going to count them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Perfect, I think. Double checking. Yeah, 10. So we're going to use Siri. Stop. Pick a number between 1 and 10.
It's 7.
Okay, so the number is 7. So we count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So crooked letter, crooked letter. Let's go. Okay, so after our divination is Herbology. And Herbology is Mimbletonia, which is a title that starts with an M. And I know a lot of people had struggled with this one, thinking that instead of like a very ornate M, it was an I in brackets, which it's not. So for this one, now I've got to find the book, I chose Meddling Kids, which again is another one of those ones that is really not in my wheelhouse, but again has been at my library and been looking in my face for a long time, and I kind of just really wanted to get my hands on it. So it talks about supernatural enhancements being these, I don't even know who the author is. Anyway, I don't know. I'm excited. I kind of wanted to read it just based on the cover. It looks really neat. So let's see what that one's about. I don't know, History of Magic is the book, is the class, and that's Witch Hunt, and that is a book featuring witches or wizards, and it would have been really easy for me to be like, yeah, let's just read Harry Potter again. But I found this one at my library, and I thought that was really neat. And along with this one, my daughter has recently fallen in love with a series that is getting its own book. I have too many books. There it is. So she started a series that has a movie coming out in the summer on Disney Channel. So she's reading Upside Down Magic, which of course is about wizards or little magical beings at a magic school. So I kind of want to check that one out as well. kind of surprise her a little bit and finish that one. So I have both of these as my magical history of magic books. Muggle Studies is the next one, and Muggle Studies says, read a book from a perspective of a Muggle or a contemporary. And that one I have, No One Else Can Have You, which admittedly is a little bit of a murder mystery, which means it's something that I'd enjoy, but it is also most definitely contemporary, so I'm super excited to read that one as well. And Moose on the cover. Moose. Always pleased to do that. Okay, potions is the shrinking solution, and you have to read a book under 150 pages. This is another one that I've already finished. I have been super excited. My husband let me use his book, which is called Deal with the Devil. And this is a book by Mike Miller, and I'm super excited because my husband actually has an autographed copy. So I'm super stoked for that. It was such a good read. If you get a chance to get your hands on one, please do. It's such a good book. The artwork and everything in there was intense, and there were twists right up until the end. I honestly feel like this short, probably 120 page graphic novel could have easily have been a fully fledged out like novel. And it would have had more intensity and more background and even more twists and turns. Like, it's such a good book, so check that one out. So the last of my classes is Transfiguration, and the prompt for that is the Animagus lecture book series that includes shapeshifting. Now I have two picks for this one because I'm not entirely sure I'm going to get one. The book I chose is Spin the Dawn, and I'm on hold on my Libby for it, but if I can't get my hands on that, then I found the other book is a graphic novel called Nimona, which I have heard good things about, and I honestly can't tell you anything about either one of them. I just know that they've both kind of crossed my path as recommendations for a shape-shifting book or a shape-shifting character, so I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Okay, so along with that, my choice of professions and my choice of extras means that I also need to read another book that's outside my comfort zone, and I also need to read a book about dragons. So the book outside my comfort zone that I chose to pick, I found an ebook called, you might have heard of it, Jurassic Park. Now this book, my husband has already warned me about, has some really graphic scenes that were not mentioned in the movies, and not all of them would make me comfortable, and it's definitely outside my wheelhouse. So that is going to be my second book for books that are not in the realm of my favorites. Now for my dragon tamer training, I need to have a book about dragons. So although I could get the Wings of Fire easily, and that is still a possibility, I have this one, which was recommended to me by somebody at my library, and I just fell in love with it, and I love the cover. Like, oh my goodness, the color shifting is amazing. It's so gorgeous. So I'm super excited, and I've heard good things from a lot of my book friends, so that is going to be my dragon book. So that is 14 books, which is totally doable in a month. Like, if I can do 12, I can do 14. That'll be easy, I hope. And I've already finished 3 of them, so we'll have to wait and see if the rest of them are easier. Like I said, some of them are easy, some of them are a little bit more challenging. But whatever happens, I'm super excited to be doing the owls, and I'm super excited to be back with you guys. So if you are doing the owls, leave me a comment below if you like this video, or you like any of the books, or want to talk to me about any of the books. Give me a comment below, and like and subscribe. I would love to have your feedback on this. Now normally I say support your local library, but I can't. So support your local library when you can. For now, stay home, stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.